Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Jim LaBuda Golf Instruction. I am Jim LaBuda, and today we are going to take a look at the golf swing of Jessica Korda. Now, unfortunately, Jessica just announced that she's going to be taking some time off due to a back injury that's been lingering for a while, headed at the end of 2022, now into 2023. So she's going to take some time off to rehab and get her back where it needs to be. But before we start getting into her golf swing, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you click subscribe and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, please make sure you follow me for more awesome golf swing analysis. So if we start talking about Jessica's setup position here, really awesome setup position. Arms really just hang down naturally. Ball position might be a little bit further back. That's okay. But we really want to pinpoint here this R, the little yellow piece of that R there that's on the outside of her right leg, because we're going to start talking here about weight transfer and how important it is to be able to shift the pressure laterally into your trail side. As she starts moving back in the golf swing here, we're going to see as her hands get to the trail thigh, pretty much a nice straight position there. Wrists are starting to cock maybe just a little bit. If you watch my analysis of her sister Nelly Korda swing, Nelly's got a lot more wrist hinge at this point in the swing. Granted, she is swinging with an iron, but if you watch her driver swing, it's kind of the same thing. Jessica doesn't have as much wrist hinge at this point. As she continues to move to the top of the swing, look what starts happening to that end of that R there on that Rolex. You can see how she's shifting to the top, and that's proof right there that there's some lateral motion into that trail side. She's really shifting the pressure there. But really what we want to be able to pinpoint here is at the top of her swing, ankle, knee, and hip are all stacked over one another. So that's how you properly load your trail side. If the upper body started getting out in this direction a little bit more, or maybe the hip would kick out a little bit here, that's what happens, and that's how you get into a swaying position. The lateral shift here is going to allow for a correct weight transfer. She's really got her trail side loaded up awesome in the golf swing here. Now, we're going to get rid of that line. We're going to put a circle here around her lead hip because, again, this is where all the power comes from. Watch how she starts really aggressively moving that lower body. You can see how that body's moving and the hands are now starting to drop down because of the lower body movement. But what we really want to focus on here is what her right foot does and her left foot here. You can see as she starts shifting the pressure into that lead side, she's definitely transferring the weight. You can see how that right foot, if you watch just the tip of that toe there, she's moving more to the right toe as the weight starts moving more into the lead side, into that left foot, because what's happening now is her right side is continuing to move at the golf ball. That's where a lot of the power is coming from. If you stop moving your right side at the ball, you're going to lose a lot of the power that you've built up in the swing. However, you can't spin your hips too fast. That's something else we've got to take a look at. Obviously, Jessica here is not spinning her hips fast. She's using that lower body. But really, too, as you start looking at what her lead knee does here, she really starts using that ground for leverage. You can see how that lead leg straightens up, creates a lot of centripetal force there in the golf swing. So again, if you guys are really struggling with the weight transfer in your golf swing, it's okay to shift the pressure laterally in your swing. But again, the main checkpoint is at the top of your swing. That ankle, knee, and hip on that trail side need to be stacked over one another. So if you can load your trail side just like Jessica Korda is doing here in the golf swing, you're going to have a much more powerful golf swing and create a lot more speed today.